Hey guys, welcome back to Jurassic Collectibles. I hope you're all doing really well. Today we're super excited to be taking a closer look at this. It's the brand new Hurricane Hatchling Baryonyx from Rebor. You can find the item featured in today's review and more at everythingdinosaur.com. Check out their site today. So Hurricane is part of Rebor's exclusive club selection, usually limited to around 1,000 pieces like this one worldwide. And usually they have a seasonal or gift theme, and this one has a football or soccer theme in the form of a soccer ball on Hurricane's nose. So if you know someone who's a huge fan of dinosaurs and football or soccer, or maybe as a sports fan and a fan of Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, this might be the perfect gift for them. As usual, Rebor provide this lovely black satin finish packaging, 1,000 worldwide limited edition there, and you can see we've got a nice image of Hurricane on the front boasting all that detail, a lovely glossy eye. Looking forward to taking a closer look at that. On the side of the packaging we've got an image of Hurricane here without the ball on the nose, so it does look like that is detachable if you're interested in just the Baryonyx figure alone, because I know not all of us are sports fans. On the back we've got an image of other products in the line, in the club selection line. We have reviewed Jolly, we have reviewed Lock, Stock and Barrel, the Velociraptor triplets. We've reviewed the T-Rex Hatchling Rudy. We haven't reviewed Bony Bonnie yet, but we hopefully will do in the future. We've got Clover waiting in the wings to be reviewed, so that is coming up on the channel actually. And then we've got Hurricane, the one we're reviewing today. Links are all down below. And you can see here Hurricane, the Hatchling Baryonyx with the ball detached. Very, very nice. So without further ado, let's get this one out of the packaging. There we go. And if I remove the top piece of foam, here you can see the Baryonyx safely nestled in the foam, so you know you're going to get a high quality product. First off, let's have a look at this little football. Here is the football. Appears to be made of like a resin. It's very high gloss, and you can see it's got this almost like this pixelated pattern going on the pieces of faux leather. And yeah, I believe it's made of resin. It's a very light feeling resin. Now be careful when you take it out, because there is this pin here, and the pin is removable. So you might be kind of thinking, oh, that just sits in there, but no, if you turn it upside down and shake it, you'll see the pin comes out, and you don't want to lose that, because that's the piece that connects it to Hurricane. So just be careful when you're removing this. Next, let's take a look at this stand here. Oh wow, now this is something I did not expect, and it's really cool. I didn't realise that we were getting this sort of faux plant life, this prehistoric looking plant life, and wow, it looks fantastic. The base obviously is concave to hold the egg, and underneath there it says Hurricane, number 91 of 1,000, the Hatchling Baryonyx, so that is really cool. So you can see there's a really nice pitted texture going on this base. Looks like genuine rock, and Rebor really excel at their bases. They always look really realistic, and you can see it's almost got like a volcanic look to it. And then you've got these beautiful plants which are really elegant looking, and I believe are sort of translucent. You can sort of see through them there, and they feel genuine as well. They feel like real plants. They've almost got like a waxy feeling to them, so that is really cool and not something I expected to get with this base. Sliding out of the bottom there is a few little chips of egg, which is a really nice attention to detail. You can place these pieces where you want decoratively. Lastly, we've got Hurricane itself. Let's get that one out. Got to be very gentle here, but be very delicate as I'm removing this. And there is Hurricane himself. Wow. Okay, so let's mount Hurricane on the display. Now, I have been warned that because Baryonyx is a little bit off-center in its weight, you have to be very careful when putting it in the base. And I've even been advised that it might be good to put a little bit of blue tack in there, or tacky substance, to keep this thing from toppling over. Now, I've displayed mine there at a slight angle, and it seems to be holding up okay. But I would just be very careful when you're placing this thing in the base, because even now I can just feel that the weight is off center to this side, and the last thing you want is this thing toppling over. That said, I think this is a gorgeous display piece, one of the best from the Rebor club selection, if I'm honest. I'm a huge fan of the Baryonyx, and to have a hatchling version is quite a conversation piece. So you can see on Hurricane's snout, about halfway down, there is a little perforation, and that's the hole where the metal rod just slides in. So I'm just going to put that in, and then I'm just going to slide the ball back onto that hole, and there we have Hurricane with the football attached to the nose. And there we have Hurricane in football or soccer mode, ready to display on your shelf. So like I said, if you know anyone who's a sports fan, this might be the perfect piece for them. And I think it looks pretty cool with that little ball on its nose. It kind of adds a comic streak to the Baryonyx. And of course, if you don't want to display it that way, you can remove the ball and the pin. Obviously do it more carefully than I did there. Maybe support the weight to make sure it doesn't slide. But there you go, you can see Hurricane without the ball. So included are these eggshell pieces that boast the same level of detail as the Hurricane egg itself, with like a gloss finish on the inside and a nice chipped edge look to them. Okay, so let's just put some of those pieces on the base, just carefully balancing them. You can have a play with these yourself and put them where you want. And there you can see the pieces at the base. I might just take some of these away and just leave one on display like that. I think that looks a little better. But you can fine tune yours and make it look however you want, which is a nice little extra decorative piece. Okay, so let's take a closer look at Hurricane itself. Starting off with the beautiful head sculpt. Just a wonderful looking Baryonyx hatchling. Really true to the Baryonyx form that we all know and love. And I really love that glossy, wet looking eye. That is incredible. What's staggering to me is that that eye is actually painted. That is not a glass eye, and that's pretty impressive because it looks genuinely real. They've also used almost like a sparkly gloss all over the scales. And I don't know if you can see it, but what it's doing is, as I'm turning it, just little speckles of gloss are being picked up all over the skin, and it gives it this almost like the way that snail trails look when they sort of glitter and catch the sunshine. But obviously, because this thing's covered in glossy scales, it gives it a really nice wet, genuine look, and I really love that. Then you've got the interior of the mouth, which is carefully painted and weathered and finished in a really nice high gloss to give it a genuine wet look. They've used those sort of translucent teeth that Rebor use, those yellowish translucent teeth, which look really nice, and they're sort of round and stubby like you'd expect on an infant dinosaur. So that is really, really cool. You can see all the fine scaling going on there under the head, and all over you can just pick out the individual scales. You can go in and have a look at all that gorgeous detail. I love these crocodilian scales going down the back of the neck. Really, really nice. As we move into the shoulder area, really nice soft sort of infant shoulders going on there. There you can see the distinctive claw of the Baryonyx. Really nice, and again it's in this translucent, really realistic looking material for claws. Rebor are the only people I know who are doing this right now, and it really makes a difference to the realism of the piece. Again, you can see the front of the torso there, nice sort of broader scales going on. And on the back, again, this crocodilian scaling is continued. As we move into the egg, you can see there's some really nice fracture lines running all over the egg. Some nice dirtying and weathering going around the entrance of the egg there. And there's a really nice fine pitting going on all over the egg. This honestly reminds me of the way that the eggs look in Jurassic Park when Alan Grant finds those elongated eggs. There's a bit of a debate as to what they are, whether they're gallimimuses or baby raptors. People who worked on the movie said they were in fact raptor eggs as far as they knew. But yeah, it does definitely resemble that style of egg, and it's a really gorgeous looking thing. Lovely shape and lovely finish. A really nice matte finish, and it feels really genuine to the touch. Okay, so just how big is this piece? Let's bring in the tape measure. You're looking at about 9 inches tall, which is about 23 centimeters with the football. In terms of without the football, you're looking at about 8 inches, which is about 20 centimeters. In terms of the width, you're looking at about 6 inches, about 15 centimeters across. And then in terms of the base, you're looking at about 3.5 inches, about 9-10 centimeters across in terms of shelf space that you'll need. So yeah, it's quite a substantial figure. Size comparison, let's bring in our good friend, it's off color, Alan. And you can see obviously these are massively out of proportion. This is kind of a Honey I Shrunk the Kids proportion. It's about 2 Alan Grants. You've got 2 Alan Grants there. Next, let's bring in the recently reviewed Schleich Spinosaurus. If you haven't seen this one, link is down below. But you can see how they scale up next to each other. This thing is huge. Thanks, Alan. There he goes. He's leaving the review table. So there we have it, guys. That was today's look at the brand new Rebor Club Selection Hurricane Hatchling Baryonyx. This is a really nice collector's piece. If you know someone who's a huge fan of the Baryonyx, or someone who's a fan of dinosaurs and football or soccer, then this might be the piece to get them. It's super detailed, it looks fantastic on the shelf. I love the addition of this faux plant life, that looks really, really cool. And it's just overall a really lovely collector's piece. You can find them at everythingdinosaur.com right now. I'll put a link in the description. In the meantime, guys, rate, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Now you've seen it reviewed, why not pick up your own at everythingdinosaur.com? Link is in the description.